Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, November 5th, 2019. All right, so today is a bit of a continuation from the energies of yesterday. We have the moon in grounded Capricorn for the first part of the day. So really good for still maybe some discipline, patience, responsibility. Seeing the long road with Capricorn can be great. But as the day unfolds, we do have the moon shifting into Aquarius, which is great for progressiveness. Really cultivating our future ideals, maybe some change and freedom in our life, and just being more of our eccentric true selves. The later part can be great. So as was the case yesterday, we have Mars squaring up to Pluto, going exact here today. So good day for practicing non-attachment. If there is any sort of deep needs or attachments or desires that do arise with this very instinctual energy, it is good to sort of be aware of that and find the constructive outlet for that. We are still in the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle, so it's still great to be challenging ourselves from any new beginnings from last week. And we do have some minor lunar aspects as well. So let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Tuesday. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations, which is different from mainstream astrology. You will notice a lot of the signs are different. So if you are new, definitely check out that link down below for more information. All right, so let's take a look first at the moon's placement, which represents the theme of the day and what's really good to cultivate this part of the lunar cycle. The first part still Capricorn, as was the case yesterday, which is the constellation of the sea goat, which is about taking things one step at a time. So Capricorn, first part, really good for seeing the big picture, one step at a time for anything that does require patience, responsibility, discipline, right? Great to cultivate this part of the day. The later part shifts into some air energy, which is great for progressiveness, innovation, and essentially getting in touch with our true self. So great for maybe listening to some of our future ideals. What can we healthfully disrupt in our life to induce some change so there can be more of that freedom and greater expression of who we truly are. Aquarius can also be really good for focusing on community things, collective matters, group matters. So maybe good to cultivate that side of ourself as well. All right, so that's the backdrop or theme of the day. But today we do have Mars squaring up to Pluto, which we've likely been feeling since yesterday. So today, really good for practicing essentially non-attachment. We have this collective energy between two very deep parts of our psyche or of ourselves. We have Mars, the very egocentric, desiring, need-oriented side of ourself, in a bit of a challenging aspect with Pluto, the side of ourself that is very, very deep, very instinctual, and is helping us, in a sense, practice more non-attachment through transformation. So really good day to be aware of this side of ourself. If there is anything that does arise in terms of wanting control or power or attachment, to be aware of that and to find the healthy outlet for that. So this could be actually quite strong for anything you do want to implement that requires maybe some determination, some assertiveness, some action, some independence that, again, as we channel consciously and constructively, can make this a very, very powerful, very constructive part of the week for doing just that. All right, but fundamentally with this, I think non-attachment, because when we are non-attached, we start to see a little bit more of what our real truer needs are, not so much the surface ego needs, but our deeper, more true self needs, you could say. And then it comes from that place of centeredness and balance and all of that good stuff. And speaking of balance, we do have the sun shifting into Libra, actually closer to Libra now. So as the week unfolds, I think it's still great to be focused on bringing balance into our life. If there's any areas out of balance, it's a great time to now bring that back into balance over the coming weeks. And there could be more of a focus on relating as well. There already has been with Mercury and recently Venus in Libra, but now the sun here is going to place a theme over the coming weeks around what's fair, what's balanced, what's mutual when it comes to relating with others. And it still can be quite deep with that, since Venus has recently shifted into Scorpio. So we could be enjoying and valuing the deeper connections of life, the deeper dynamics of our relationship. So good to be enjoying this. And again, probably some good themes to develop, like trust and intimacy in our relationships. All right, and we still do have a bit of Virgo energy with Mars still transiting here. So still good to get things done that may require the work, or just like Capricorn, a bit of that self-discipline. All right, everyone, so that's the day in a nutshell. And along with this square with Mars and Pluto, just some minor lunar aspects. We do have the moon trining that square, which can be a little bit easier to work with. And we do have a square up to Mercury. So just a good day for bringing some extra attention to communication and being aware of the mind and having that constructive outlet for communication or anything mental on that level. But the most important thing is this Mars square Pluto, great for channeling that drive, those deep instinctual needs in constructive ways, essentially practicing non-attachment. And that can be very empowering, very transformative, again, very constructive for anything you do want to implement with that. And the theme of the day, the first part around patience, discipline, the long road, still grounding energy with Capricorn, but the later part shifting into some air energy of progressiveness, our future ideals, just the future in general, and getting into that freedom and change that does provide. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast. Take care.